Okay, so let me tell you what just happened. It's 5:20. We've are walking back from meeting the elders, and we got down there to a river, which was basically a dry riverbed. There's no water here. And when we showed up, there were two trucks, kind of U-Haul type trucks, and they were shoveling sand into the truck, and they use the sand for building bricks, and that's one of the ways that they make money. But as we were standing there, was a group of maybe 8 men, 10 men from America, and 7 or 8 Kenyan men from Nairobi who are joined with us. They're here doing the same thing. And I walked down there, and Pastor Thomas, is a Samburu from this area, and he went out and greeted the elders, who are probably in their 40s and 50s, or maybe there's one gentleman. They look 20 years older than they really are, 30. He's probably in his 60s and blind, and he was being led around by a boy. And we sat. Once they arrived, they sat down. Now, myself and Adam and the other guys who are under 50, we kind of hung in the back until we were invited to speak. And so we started, and Thomas translated, and my dad was the first one to give his testimony of how he came to Christ. And he gave his testimony, and this was literally the first contact that they've had. And so he gave his message, and it was there was no real expression on the faces of the men. I mean, they sat and listened, they squatted and listened. There's about 6 men. And then Terry from Indiana gave his testimony, and that was good. And then Pastor Sammy, who has a doctorate degree in theology and went to Canada, and he gave a message where he connected the message of them, because they're shepherds, so they herd goats and sheep and cows. So he connected the message of them tending for their flock with God tending to his flock of people. And there's a special age category here called a Moran, and a Moran is a soldier boy about, I'm not sure the age, but I would guess he'd be my age. And they're the warriors of the tribe. And he gave a message about how God is the biggest Moran and how he will protect him. And then Thomas, I don't know what he was speaking. He was speaking Samburu, but I don't know what he was saying. But then he gave a altar call, and about 5 of the men raised their hands to learn more about Jesus. And we were invited to show 2 films. And we were originally only going to go show 1 film, but then they said they'd like it to be one in the village where we dropped the bus, and another down that road that we've just walked down. And so I guess we've been accepted and invited into their community to show a film. So now we're walking back along the road. We're heading off that direction, and I don't know if you can see the bus, but we're going to set up the film showing. So this may be the first, I'm sure it is, the first movie they've ever seen. So we'll see what happens next.